Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Here to bring you another video. This video is going to be talking about The Walking Dead Season 3 finale and whether or not I and you guys felt it was a disappointment. Alright, so did the review Sunday night, as always, a couple hours after the episode, had it posted, and already in the comments, reading through the comments, seeing what people have to say, a lot of people feeling like they're really disappointed with the finale. Now, I'll say that overall, I might have been a little bit disappointed too. A little bit. I don't want to make it sound like this is a catastrophe or anything like that. It wasn't bad. Like, I thought it was a really good episode, but I think that The Walking Dead, especially Season 3, Season 2, not so much Season 1 because we didn't have expectations yet. However, as the series went through, our expectations have completely rised for what we expect to see for season premieres, season finales, and just episodes in general. Now, obviously, season 3, they didn't stick to an actual, formula for the episodes, aside from maybe the premiere being really exciting, the episode before the finale having a major character death, sort of similar to last season's, except for it being Shane. It was, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but you guys know who. And then, of course, the finale getting a few character deaths. However, probably not as many for the central core group as we should have. Now, Season 2, we had a few character deaths. There was Patricia and Jimmy, and were there others? I think there was another one or two, some of the people with Herschel's group. And then, of course, Andrea going off on her own, and Michonne making her first appearance, which was very badass. Getting to see the prison for the first time, even though it was CG and all that. The Season 2 finale was really on point. I thought it was fantastic. Season 1 finale was pretty exciting too, but I'd say probably Season 2's was much better. Season 3's finale, I felt like had some really good things about it. Let's go through them just really quickly. The whole Andrea, Milton, Governor part, that side of the story, I liked everything to do with that. I thought that was perfect. I thought that really added to the season finale. Without that, if none of that would have happened, then it wouldn't have been that exciting at all. You could kind of look at Andrea as a member of Rick's group that did die in the episode. So at least one member of Rick's group did die in the finale. Even though a lot of people didn't like the death. I'm okay with it, but again, that's a topic for another video. So I felt that everything with Milton, the governor, and Andrea was really exciting. All those scenes were really well done, and I did enjoy those. Now, the problem I think a lot of people are disappointed with the finale is two things, really. Number one, the governor survived. I think a lot of people after, this sorrowful life, the second last episode of season 3, really wanted to see Daryl kill the governor, myself included, or Rick or whoever, but they wanted to see the governor die at the end of Season 3. They didn't want to see him carry into Season 4. I think it's an interesting choice to have him survive into Season 4, especially the way they did it. So for me, I'm okay with that because we have seen him die in the comic books as well. So if you really want to see, the governor get torn apart, ripped apart, and all this stuff, then just read the comic books. That might satisfy your urge for now. He is a great character, so you probably want to keep him through until Season 4. We did get a major death the episode before. We're getting 2 major deaths this episode minimum with, 2 main characters, Milton and Andrea, of course. And, I mean, lots of others, members of Woodbury that are not A-list characters or anything, but you get those as well. So I think it's okay and it's passable to let the governor survive, at least for now. But I don't think you can have him survive past Season 4. He's got to die in Season 4 at some point. Maybe the season finale is Season 4, but you got to kill him in Season 4. Another reason I think is because they're still at the prison. A lot of people would like to see them leave the prison and move on to a new place. Possibly would have been more interesting to see Rick and the group move to Woodbury. That would have been interesting, and I think maybe they should have gone that route, actually. However, the prison is probably more secure than Woodbury. I would say so, probably. Even though at Woodbury they do have their wall, at the prison they have, I mean, that place is like Fort Knox, it's really, really well secured. And as we saw when the governor attacked it, very easy to defend, easier than Woodbury would be. Woodbury would be more difficult to defend than the prison, I think, from attacking survivors. So it makes sense that he would go back to the prison. So I'm pretty much okay with that as well. My problem with the season finale was actually the way they shot the gun battle between Rick's group and the governor's group. When it all came down to it, it left a little bit to be desired because the whole season was building up to this final big gun battle, and it was really quick. Another thing AMC did, which I really didn't like, is that they released a clip of the governor storming in the sneak peek in Talking Dead. Now, Greg Nicotero said he wouldn't have even shown that much, and I have to agree with him. They shouldn't have shown that at all. They should have shown another clip that was like from, not as critical of a point in the episode. Maybe have show Milton or the governor beating up Milton, or just something else, Tyrese, or something else, because that was a crucial moment, and showing that to us all beforehand kind of spoils it a little bit. I mean, not entirely, but when you're watching the episode, it's not entirely new to you because you've probably seen the sneak peek like all of us did. So, we're watching, we're like, okay, I saw this in sneak peek. This is really exciting still, but now I've seen this 3 times because I watched it twice or 3 times before watching the episode. So that, I think AMC dropped the ball on that too. They shouldn't have shown that critical moment because it spoils it for us. That was probably the most exciting part of the episode, or one of them, and they released it beforehand in a sneak peek. Bad idea. So that was a droppage of the ball, I think, and that affected the way a lot of people, their excitement when they watched the episode finally, I think. Again, leading to a little bit of disappointment. So that was a problem. Next season, I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't show critical moments in episodes and sneak peeks. You can put out sneak peeks, just don't put out the most important parts of the episode in them, because it spoils it for everybody, or it reduces our excitement when we finally do see it. So that's what I have to say about that. The gun battle also, even though I like the 50 cal and everything when they're driving in and all that, and them getting out and all these people storming in, I thought that was all great. The way Rick's group fights back and the way it's shot is sort of shot to be like surprising to us, the viewer, so we don't know if he's even there or not. And that was an okay choice because it added a little bit of suspense, like, oh my God, where's Rick's group? Did they leave? Did they run? What did they do? But the choice is not to show them scrambling when the group came in. Even though it was a little bit surprising, it was a little bit, it took away from it a little bit because we didn't get to see Rick's group scramble. It would have been cool to see, like, when the governor rolled in, like Rick seeing them be like, oh, shh, and then everybody just get in position and just run, into their respective positions. I think that would have been a better way to go for that scene. It would add to the excitement. It would have been a lot of fun for that as well. It's something we probably should have seen there. On top of that, the governor's group, when Glenn and Maggie are firing, we don't see anyone get gunned down, I don't think. Or maybe only like 1 or 2 people. Most of the time it seems like they're missing. That doesn't really, I mean, if you're missing stuff like that, yeah, someone's getting shot at, they're probably going to run. But it wouldn't invoke as much fear as if they were just gunning people down. Then you can expect everybody to just take off, right? If they saw, like, if you show one of the members of Woodbury and then you see Glenn peek out and shoot like 3 of them down and just have them start screaming or something, the rest of them would just take off probably. So that would make sense. The tear gas I thought was okay, or whatever kind of gas that was. That was pretty good, I think. But we didn't see any walkers get anybody. All the walkers inside didn't kill anyone. So that, again, I think could have been improved. You could have had the walkers kill a few people from Woodbury. Essentially what I'm saying is that we should have seen more close-ups on more Woodbury character deaths as they were in the battle going on. That battle should have lasted at least probably 10 minutes of the episode. And I'm not kidding, at least 10 minutes. Because you want to see that big payoff battle for everything we've been leading up to in the season, and it just wasn't there. It was maybe a couple minutes at best. It was exciting. It was great. I love to watch it again and again and again. But again, we've built up to this point. We want to see that big payoff now at the climax, and it left a little bit to be desired. So that was a little bit disappointing too, I would say. However, it wasn't that bad because then when they come back around, the governor going AWOL and shooting everybody down, that was really exciting and unexpected. But they kind of had to, because I was thinking at that moment, man, if he just goes back to Woodbury and that's the season finale and that's it, and then everything goes back to normal and season 4 starts and we're in the same spot as we were in the middle of season 3, I will be pissed off, because that would be like pointless and nothing would have happened. It's like a filler finale. That would have been awful. So at least they didn't go that route, because that would have been a major disappointment. So this route is interesting and exciting too. Plus, we didn't know where the governor went, and then finally in the end we get the great character death with Milton and that whole situation. Very touching moments at the end, very sad and everything like that. And then, of course, Tyrese and the group, the rest of Woodbury coming and joining Rick's group, which adds a new element to it. Should be interesting and exciting, and I do like it because it's different than the comic books. So in terms of it being a disappointment anyway, I can see why a lot of people felt it was a little bit disappointing. It is primarily a drama show, though. It's not primarily an action show. It's not, you know, The Expendables. So that being said, I mean, yeah, I guess I could see it did leave a little bit to be desired in the, you know, the action category. And they definitely could have done a little bit better job on that. But again, we're being pretty nitpicky, because I think sometimes we all forget this is a television series. You know, to get the kind of quality that we get to begin with, we should be happy with that. I mean, look at World War Z. If you guys have been seeing the trailers for that during The Walking Dead, they played a trailer on my cable anyway yesterday. At least 2 trailers for World War Z and Evil Dead and stuff like that. And oh my God, CG zombies are... I'll review World War Z when it eventually comes out, but oh my God. They just do such an amazing job with the Walking Dead television series. Our expectations have gotten out of control, I think, to be honest with you. And that's the thing about expectations. You know, when your expectations get too high, then nothing can live up to it. We saw this with a lot of things. I mean, The Dark Knight Rises, for example. A lot of comic book nerds like myself hate the Dark... Well, I don't hate The Dark Knight Rises, but a lot of comic book nerds like me love The Dark Knight so much. The Dark Knight Rises comes out, and they're disappointed because their expectations were so high. Then when it came out and it was just really good, that wasn't good enough. They wanted to see, you know, something on the same level as The Dark Knight, and things don't always work out that way perfectly. Especially with the Walking Dead TV series. You got different directors, you got different writers, you got all these different things coming in. They want to show a lot of different things in the episode. They want to include all this extra stuff. So they cut down on the action sequences, and I don't know. Hopefully there'll be some deleted scenes, maybe at the end of this summer when it's released, or you know, whenever they release season 3, we'll get to see some deleted scenes. Maybe there are some more scenes of what happened and they just cut them out. So possibly bad editing. Who knows? Overall, I would say though it was a slight disappointment for me. Many of you, I'm sure it was too. You guys know when I do my videos, I try to be as honest as possible. I don't sugarcoat things. I don't BS anybody. It was a little bit of a disappointment in the finale. However, if you think of the finale as like This Sorrowful Life with Merle and everything that happened with that, and then the finale, then it feels better. It's sort of like with the Shane thing at the end of season 2. I look at the finale as like the last few episodes, because everything is resolved not in the last episode, but in the last few. So if you look at it that way for season 3, I think you'll think it was a little bit better. And I may even say that This Sorrowful Life, the second last episode of the season, was better than the season finale. Same with Clear. Both of those episodes, I think, were better than the season finale, I would have to say. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought. Were you disappointed by it? How much were you disappointed by it? Or do you think I'm totally off the ball and the other people who were commenting and voting up the disappointed comments are totally off the ball too, and that, no, it was great, and we're just wackos, or we get too into TV shows? I know I'm a wacko, and I know I get too into TV shows. But that's why you guys love me, right? Anyway, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.